Today we're going to talk about what to plant in May, and the answer to that is everything. Back in April, we started a bunch of seedlings, and now they've grown to the perfect size to get them out in the garden. I have kale, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Swiss chard, calendula, bok choy. I have a lot of things started in here, and this is going to give me a little bit of a kickstart on the season. But if you didn't start things in April, then that's completely fine. You still have lots of opportunity to grow this. We also either started some tomatoes from seed in April, like this, or the tomatoes that we started in March, we potted up last month, and now there's some big, beautiful, ready to get in the ground plants. If you've been keeping your tomato plants inside to protect them from all the cold weather, or like us in a greenhouse, at this point you want to get these plants ready to be planted out. And this isn't just tomatoes, this is all of your plants. What you want to do is you want to harden them off, is the term. And that means that you need to start getting them used to the full sunlight, you need them getting used to the wind, you know, all the conditions that they're gonna be experiencing in the garden. So all these tomatoes right now, I don't wanna take them directly from here and put them into my garden. I wanna give them a few days, maybe in a part sun, part shade spot, a little bit sheltered from the wind, just get them used to that living conditions before I put them right into the ground. If you didn't start seedlings along with us in April, do not worry. Do not go to the store and try to buy seedlings. Don't do it, because you can just plant stuff straight into the ground, and honestly, it is even easier and it works even better just to go straight in the ground. The seedling step is only to get you kick-started, and other than for stuff like tomatoes and peppers, which really need a lot of days, most stuff goes straight in, no extra work, no seedlings. So don't let me hear you buying things like beet seedlings, because I'll come and I will yell at you. It's May. You have your seedlings, you're super excited to get planting. It's been a beautiful sunny day. Now we need to talk about your last frost date, because you do not base when to plant based on how nice the day is. What you need to do is you need to Google your town or your city or your county or wherever your location is and ask it, when is my last frost date? And that is going to give you a general date to give you a window of when you can start planting your garden. We stopped filming and I Googled it. Kelowna's last frost date is May 8th. But that is just going to give me a general idea. What you all need to do is start being like me, and you need to obsessively check the weather 20 times a day, like it's the most important thing that you could do with your time. You need to be obsessed about the weather like I am. And what you're looking for on the weather isn't how beautiful and sunny it's gonna be tomorrow. It's not about, oh, is it gonna rain on my birthday? You don't care about that anymore. You're gardeners. The only thing you care about on the weather in May is what is your nighttime low gonna get to. Here, we have had a lot of really, really cold nights. Just a couple days ago, it got down to freezing overnight. If I had put my plants outside, they would be completely dead. No salvaging them. Very sad, because all of that work that we did through March and April, gone in an instant. And I've been talking to people, lots of people did it. They thought they were fine, but no, it wasn't safe. You check your weather. What you want to be looking for is a nighttime low that is well above freezing. You want it to be nowhere near freezing for as long as your weather will tell you. And then you can get an idea of the pattern of what the weather currently is. For me, I'm gonna give it a few more days still, even though we're already past that specific date, and I'm gonna wait and make sure that there's not gonna be a prediction of a frost or cold temperatures overnight, because I love my babies too much to make them, challenge them with that. So last frost date, check your weather. Do not plant all these seedlings until it's warm enough that they won't die. While you're waiting for the weather to be frost-free, now is a perfect time to get your garden all prepped up. Get any weeds that are starting to grow out of there, any soil amendments that you're gonna add in, do that now. We always put down fresh compost every spring, so that's what we're doing here right now. To plant the seedlings, it's really simple. Just make a spot in your ground, get it in there. You don't wanna bury them too deep. There we go. And then give it lots of water. For things like the tomatoes, you wanna make sure that there's lots of space. You wanna bury it down nice and deep. And a trick, especially for tomatoes, is bury it as deep as you can. You know, you could bury this plant to here and the tomato would love it. I'm too lazy right now to dig a hole that deep, but you get your plant in there and then just gently pat the dirt in around it. And there we go. The garden, it's magically started. It's on its way. If you haven't grown your own seedlings, you're not going to be able to just transplant in like we showed. And because I already said you are not allowed to go buy seedlings for those teeny tiny things, you're gonna have to take your seeds that you have and you're gonna have to plant directly into the garden. Here is where I have some beets that I planted. To plant them, what you wanna do is you wanna make a line in the soil. You can see these lines that I have. And then you wanna take your seeds and slowly drop the seeds with a bit of distance along the line. From there, you wanna cover them up very gently, water them, give it a week. You know, on things like carrots, it can take a long time to germinate. You know, even give it up to 2 weeks to wait for something to pop up. This is almost 3 weeks old here, and this is quite grown. These carrots here, these were planted at the same time, but you can see how small they are, and they only just started to pop up last week. So different seeds take different amounts of time before the seedling actually starts to grow. So you just need to be a little bit patient and direct from seed into the soil. It's gonna work out really well. And then you don't have to do the work of putting the plants into the ground like what we did. If you're like me and everywhere you turn, you have more plants, more seedlings to get into the ground, and you're worried, I'm not gonna be able to get this all planted by May. I have seedlings, I have seeds, it all needs to get in the ground right now. Serina said now. Don't worry, at this point, once you're past that first frost, pretty much all stuff can keep being planted. There's no rush, there's no time limit, unless you have something that's a really cold weather crop like peas, or I know for us we struggle a little bit with mustards, they go to seed. All that, you are going to be able to keep planting that throughout the summer. So if you can't get it into the ground in May, don't worry, we're gonna keep planting through June, July, August, and even September. Well, everything is chaos here, so I need to go. I need to go get those plants into the ground, but I will see you next time.